I continue to be amazed by the number of weird, wild, and interesting watches that I find from Casio. Whenever I go hunting on eBay, there's always a huge variety of these rare and vintage watches that I've literally never seen before. Some of them can be researched online, but occasionally I come across these watches that I just can't seem to find any information about. And Casio's VQ-17 is no exception. Let's take a look at this maxed out chronograph and see what makes it unique and interesting. The first thing you notice about the VQ-17 is its unique dial. The chunky hour hand has 3 distinct holes in it, and the dial itself has 6 small circular cutouts exposing another layer underneath. And you can kind of see them right there. There are also 4 evenly spaced concentric circles that you can see that give it kind of a galaxy or a solar system feel. There are no numbers around the edges and no applied indices. There's just a series of hash marks. However, at the 3, 9, and 12 position are tiny metallic dots that slightly shimmer in the sunlight. And finally, the circular complication at the 6 o'clock position counts the seconds in normal time and also in dual time mode. In timer mode, the seconds hand automatically moves to the correct seconds position before you start the timer. And when you're in chronograph mode, the seconds hand counts 2 seconds. 1 second from top to bottom and 1 second from bottom to top in 1/10 of a second increments for the first 10 minutes, and then it stops at the 12 o'clock position after that. The case is made of plastic, and it's got a screw-down stainless steel case back. It's got module 373 in there, and it's water resistant to 50 meters. The watch itself is 42 millimeters wide, 45 millimeters lug to lug, and it takes 18 millimeter straps. The analog hands on this watch automatically move both backward and forward, which is nice. They match the digital display, making it simple to set the time without having to match up the digital display with the analog display. It's really simple to set up. You just set the digital time and the hands will automatically match that, so you don't have to do anything else. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the chronograph functionality. When you enter chronograph mode, the 2 hands will automatically move to the 12 o'clock position, and the second hand will also move to the 12 o'clock position. So with this chronograph, you can choose either lap mode or split mode by using the B button, and you can see that up in the left hand corner. When I press the B button, it'll either say lap, or if you deselect it, that is split mode. So of course, split time measures your overall time at any given point. So for example, let's say in a 10-mile race, your split times might be 7 minutes, 14 minutes, 33 minutes, 45 minutes, etc., which is your overall time at any given waypoint. And lap time measures your time in between splits. So in a 10-mile race, you might run a 7-minute lap, then a 7.5-minute lap, then an 8-minute lap, etc. So I'm going to choose split time here for demonstration. Alright, so let me start the chronograph now. You press D to begin. So this chronograph counts in 1/1000th of a second, which is great. And you can see that here in the digital display up in the top right. There's also a little digital animation there that cycles through the LCD memory storage blocks. And also the seconds complication at the bottom records tenths of a second. So you have 1 second from top to bottom and 1 second from bottom to top. And if you stop the chronograph at any given point, you'll see that's 33 seconds, 0.383. And the seconds complication shows the analog version of 0.383. So when you're operating the chronograph, all you have to do to record your laps or splits is to press the B button. So that is 1 split, and you can see that is recorded in the first LCD storage block for about 5 seconds, and then it goes back to chronograph mode. And if I press B again, let's try to do it right at 1 minute. You can see that now storage block 2 is highlighted. It flashes for about 5 or 6 seconds again, and then goes back to chronograph mode. And you can go ahead and keep on doing that. There's storage block 3 at 1 minute 12 seconds. We'll press it again to record the 4th split. And you can see that the minute hand is slowly incrementing. Right now it's pointing to the 1 minute mark. I'll keep pressing B, so now we're at storage block 5 at 1 minute 38 seconds. Storage block 6 at 1 minute 46 seconds. And there's storage block 7 at 1 minute 53. There is storage block 8 at 2 minutes exactly. And then we have one more for storage block 9 at 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So that's it for the storage block. So now you can go ahead and press the D button to stop the chronograph. And there is your final reading at 2 minutes, 22 seconds, and 499 thousandths of a second. And now that the chronograph is stopped, you can use the A button to cycle through your different splits. The first block is being displayed here at 44 seconds. Storage block 2 is reading 1 minute, 0.239. And so on and so forth, and you can cycle through each one of the 9 storage blocks. And then once you're done, you can hold down the D button, which will indeed start the chronograph again, but a second later it'll zero everything out and return the hands back to the 12 o'clock position, ready to count again. So yeah, I'm actually a huge fan of this watch. It came in great condition, near mint condition. The hands can also be adjusted too. So if you cycle through and go to H set, you can then hold down the A button, at which point you can move the seconds hand either forward or backward, or if you hold down A and then press C, you are able to use the B and D buttons to either go forward and backward to reset the position of the minute hand. And that makes it super convenient to adjust the watch if the hands don't match up to the digital display due to some kind of interference, whether it be magnetic or physical, or if the hands got displaced a little bit. But yeah, this is a super handsome watch. I love the 2 chunky buttons on the right hand side here for easy operation of the chronograph. And the other side has 2 smaller buttons. This watch is really thin. It's nice looking. It makes a good conversation piece. Let's see if we can pull in a little closer so you can get a good look at those holes on the dial. All in all, a really cool watch from Casio. I wish they still made this model or something close to it. Alright, let's go ahead and check this one out on the wrist. Looks really good. I've got kind of a smaller wrist at about 6.75 inches. This 42mm watch fits really nicely. It's got a nice slim profile, and I really enjoy wearing this one. And there are just so many unique Casio styles out there. I love getting these interesting watches and showing them to you on my channel. And I really appreciate the vast amount of timepieces in Casio's repertoire. It's really quite impressive. So I've got a couple more watches coming up soon, including a stainless steel Marlin watch, which is really nice, and a brand new Bluetooth capable G-Shock that's got a really interesting resin link band. Anyway, leave a like if you enjoy my content, and please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and we'll check you out next time. Thanks for joining.